You held the orange to the light, said this one feels like new. I laughed, said that's a weird thing to say, but memorized the moment anyway. We walked barefoot through the sand, your shadow danced ahead of mine. I didn't mind the silence much, because it tasted like beginning. You spilled juice on your shirt, called it summer's autograph. I watched the stain bloom slow, like something I wanted to stay.
The breeze pulled your hair sideways, you didn't fix it and I didn't blink, afraid I'd lose the frame.
You asked if love feels loud, I said maybe it hums, and in that pause I almost hummed it out loud. It's citrus at noon, bright, messy, unforgettable. You and my t-shirt in my space, with nothing said but everything there. We shared ice too fast, brain freezing, belly laughs. You pressed your cheek to my arm, and I forgot what cold felt like. Someone nearby played a sad song, we didn't turn it off.
You whispered even happy people cry, and I nodded because you looked like proof.
The sun dipped behind your grin, soft gold all over your skin. I caught myself wanting to press pause on August. You never asked what are we, and I never answered, but we kept peeling citrus like it meant something. It's citrus at noon, bright, messy, unforgettable. You in my t-shirt in my space, with nothing said but everything there. It's citrus at noon, bright, messy, unforgettable. You in my t-shirt in my space, with nothing said but everything there. We sat on the floor, knees barely touching, while the fan buzzed like an old cassette, repeating the same slow song. You traced patterns in condensation on your water bottle, and I traced patterns in the way you avoided looking at me. The heat wasn't what made me sweat, it was the way you stretched, arms behind your head like you belonged in every corner of July. You said this summer's too quiet, and I almost replied, then say something that makes it loud, but my mouth stayed still. That plastic fan turned like a clock blow. That plastic fan turned like a clock blowing time we weren't ready to admit. I leaned back and listened to your heartbeat over the blades. This is how summer speaks, not in fire but in almost two people sitting too close, pretending it's just the heat. This is how summer speaks, not in fire but in almost two people sitting too close, pretending it's just the heat. You got up and left for lemonade, and I missed you like it had been months since your fingers left the floor. You came back with 2 cups, one too cold, summer speaks, not in fire but in almost two people sitting too close, pretending it's just the heat. This is how summer speaks, not in fire but in almost two people sitting too close, pretending it's just the heat. It's just the You walked in like you rehearsed it. Hey. Same jacket, same line, same verdict. Hey. Let's not make this hard, you said. Funny, that's exactly what you did. Yeah. I poured the wine but didn't sip. Watched your eyes dodge every tip. Yeah. You looked around like the room changed, but now it's you rearranged. I could have raised my voice or begged with old receipts, but that's not me. I let silence do the speaking. I won't talk you out of leaving. I won't hold the door or pleading. If you pack light that says enough, go ahead, I'll drink my stuff. Yeah, we weren't fireworks, more like flickers. Burned polite, then cold got quicker. I don't hate you, just a version that apologize like it's a burden. Call it pride or peace of mind, but I'm not chasing what's resigned. If your goodbye fits like a glove, don't wait for me to call it love. I won't talk you out of leaving. I won't hold the door or pleading. If you pack light that says enough, stuff. I'll miss you, sure, but I'll stay still, because I only chase what wants me real. Beach chairs are folded, the breeze smells like goodbye. You said, see you next time, but we both knew what that meant. I kept your flip-flops, you forgot them on purpose. At least that's what I told myself. Every time I looked at them, the ice cream place closed early. The neon sign blinked one last time. I stood there, wishing I was a memory worth melting. You left your playlist playing in my car, in my head. Every track sounds like what we didn't say. I texted, made it home. You replied, same. 2 words, zero closure, full of everything. August forgot us, left us behind like old beach towels, still wet with what we almost were, still warm in some spots. saw someone with your haircut. I followed them a block. Not like a creep, just like someone lost. The sun sets sooner now, but I keep checking the sky like you might fall out of it in flip-flops, laughing. Maybe we were never real, just borrowed, like time off work, like sand we thought stayed. August forgot us, left us behind like old beach towels, still wet with what we almost were, still warm in some spots. You rolled your sleeves up before washing the car. I rolled mine too, like we were sinking without a word. Water hit the pavement and bounced onto your jeans. You didn't mind, so I didn't either. You sprayed me by accident and I chased you with a sponge. It wasn't flirting exactly, but it wasn't not. The sun hit your shoulder, I caught myself staring. You didn't stop me, and that said more than anything. There's something about shared chores that makes it feel like a promise, like if I help today, you'll be here tomorrow. You never said you liked me, but your sleeves said enough, drenched in laughing. We made summer our lane. You never said you liked me, but your sleeves said enough, drenched in laughing. We made summer our language. We dried off on the porch, hair wet, hearts loud. I handed you a towel, almost everything else. You wrung out your shirt, said, guess that's love, huh? I laughed, but yeah, maybe it was. You didn't kiss me, but the way you looked at my hands felt like you were memorizing something that would matter later. You never said you liked me, but your sleeves said enough, drenched in laughing. We made summer our lane. You never said you liked me, but your sleeves said enough, drenched in laughing. Summer our language. Cherry lollipop right under that flickering sign. Open all night, it said to you, are already closing. Your lips stained red, you smiled like it didn't mean anything, but the color lingered on my thoughts longer than taste. Traffic come behind us, the air smelled like metal and heat. You leaned against the vending machine and said, we should do this again. I asked this, you shrugged, whatever this is, and it hit me harder than if you said my name. Cherry neon danced across your face, making you look half real, half maybe. but your fingers brushed mine as you took a second candy and didn't ask first. The light turned green, but we didn't cross. We just stood there like the street was a question. You said text me or don't. I laughed like it was a joke, but you meant it, and I didn't. Some nights stay sweet, even if they weren't kind. You were neon and sugar, and the city was ours for a minute. Some nights stay sweet, even if they weren't kind. You were neon and sugar, and the city was ours for a minute. The sky today looks just like you, that soft blue-gray with sunset hue. I caught myself just staring long, like you might hum a summer song. Your notes are gone, your coat is too, but weather still reminds me of you. The way you trace the clouds and grin and say that one's our mood again. I bought a postcard at the stand, same view we sketched out hand in hand. I didn't send it, couldn't try, so it just waits beneath July. The wind feels warm, your sweater tight, and every breeze brings back a slice of all those days we didn't plan, but lived like maps inside our hands. Postcard sky, you're out of frame, but still the blue spells out your name. No return address, no line, just memories pressed into design. You always loved the colors late, when evening painted over fate. You said the sky forgets the day, and maybe we should be that way. But I remember every glow, each time you spun and whispered low. This moment's dumb, but it's so real, and now it's all I wanna feel. There's no reply, no wish to send, but I keep writing in my head small things you'd laugh or cry about, that made you loud or pulled you out. So when I look up just before night and find the clouds in softest light, I don't just miss you, I replay the sky you left along the way. Postcard sky, you're out of frame, but still the blue spells out your name. No return address, no line, just memories pressed into design. You tapped the steering wheel in rhythm, said nothing, but your foot stayed down. The light turned green, but we both just sat there. I looked at you, you looked ahead, and somewhere in that quiet blink was everything we hadn't said. You asked if I wanted music, I said nah. Just to hear your breath, there was this beat between us, not drums, just potential. We joked about road signs, but I was reading you instead, trying to find a turn into the part where we admit things peace. Your hands grip the wheel like truth. Mine stayed in my lap like fear. Every second screamed, say it, but the silence felt safer than crash. I almost said it right there at the green light pause. Not a scream, not a poem, just a truth that would have shifted everything. That would have shifted everything. You tapped the gas, finally moved, but slowly like dragging a hope. I smiled pretending calm while my chest wrote confessions and Morse. You mentioned dinner casually and I nodded too fast, because anything was easier than answering what I wouldn't ask. We laughed at a billboard typo. You took the longer route. Maybe you knew, maybe I almost said it right there at the green light pause. Not a scream, not a poem, just a truth that would have shifted everything. That would have shifted everything. You walked in like a morning breeze. No big entrance, just easy peace. Your coffee left your bedhead charm. Felt like sunlight on my arm. We didn't rush, we didn't try. The silence fit the time went by. You talked about your favorite song. I hummed along like we belong. The way you butter toast so slow, like love's in details no one showed. You reached for jam, I watched your hands and thought, I really get this man. We played that vinyl twice in bed. No words, just beats we softly said. Your shoulder warm, your eyes half closed. A kind of peace that no one knows. Soft like Sunday, calm and clear. Love with no noise, just being near. You don't have to say a lot, I feel it all in what we're not. It's not a fire, not a flame, it's something better. Just your name. You laughed when I forgot your tea. Said you're the moment, not routine. No pressure here, no lines to learn. Just little things for us to turn. I watch you stretch and rub your eyes. The slow hello that never lies. The kind of face that stays all day. Like favorite songs that never play. You called me out on how I think. Too much too fast and gave a wink. I stopped the thoughts, just breathed you in. Felt joy begin beneath my skin. we never wrote this down, it wouldn't fade or let us drown. Some love is louder left unsaid, like lazy thoughts that lift the bed. Soft like Sunday, calm and clear. Love with no noise, just being near. You don't have to say a lot, I feel it all in what we're not. It's not a fire, not a flame, it's something better. Just your name, just your name. The porch light was off, but your eyes were brighter. We passed the speaker back and forth, sharing songs like secrets. I stepped on your toe, you didn't flinch, just kept swaying like nothing could break the spell. Your hoodie smelled like mint and cheap detergent. You offered me a sleep when the breeze picked up. The clock blinked 1:12, but we were tired, just alive and scared to name it. You whispered lyrics into my ear. I didn't know the tune, but I memorized the moment. Dancing past curfew to songs we'd forget, but feelings we wouldn't. Barefoot on warm concrete, a moth landed between us. We stopped instead, it flew off, and so did something inside. And me, you asked if I'd ever been kissed. I said not really. You grinned, wanna change that. I didn't answer, but I didn't say no. And that was enough for that summer night. Dancing past curfew to songs we'd forget, but feelings we wouldn't. Barefoot on warm concrete. Ooh, dancing past curfew to songs we'd forget, but feelings we wouldn't. Barefoot on warm concrete. Found your sunscreen in my bag, still half full, still tropical scented. You left it after the beach day, but maybe that wasn't all you left. It smelled like your shoulder, the one I leaned on after we swam. I kept it, like you might come back for it. Cap was loose just like your promises, but the bottle never never spilled, only waited. I almost texted you, hey, forgot something, but it felt too much for something so small. That bag still sits in my closet, sun bleached and unzipped, like my memory of us, open but unused. You left behind the sand, and it stuck longer than I thought. Love doesn't always fade. Sometimes it just expires slowly. I took it to the beach once more, without you, spread it on my arms, like a soft goodbye. Every whiff felt like rewind, back to sand in our shoes. And you laugh when the waves knock me over. I threw it out eventually, but the scent stayed in the lining of that old bag, and somewhere there beneath my skin, and left behind the sand, and it stuck longer than I thought. Love doesn't always fade. Sometimes it just expires slowly. I'm 1 second away. The room's electric, calm tonight. Every glance a neon light, your shadows dancing, catching mine. I start to speak the words on mouth. The way you move, it's something else. I'm tongue-tied tight, I'm under your spell. The air's so thick, I can't escape. You pull me closer, I hesitate. I'm 1 second away from giving it all away. My heart's a runaway train, can you feel it? Feel it, babe. 1 second away from spilling my truth today. It's more than I can contain, can you feel it? Feel it, babe. Your laugh's a spark, it burns so bright. Your fingertips brush mine at night. The seconds stretch, they blur the time. You look at me, I lose my cool. The way you see me breaks the rules. I'm standing here, a lovesick fool. Oh, the air's so thick, I can't escape. You pull me closer, I hesitate. I'm 1 second away from giving it all away. My heart's a runaway train, can you feel it? Feel it, babe. 1 second away from spilling my truth today. It's more than I can contain, can you feel it? Feel it, babe. Oh, like you're 1 second away from confessing. Oh, I know 1 second away from confessing. I'm 1 second away. I'm 1 second away. I'm 1 second away from giving it all away. My heart's a runaway train, can you feel it? Feel it, babe. You fixed the collar of my coat like it was crooked, but it wasn't. Your fingers stayed half a beat too long. I asked, is it cold? You said maybe, or maybe it's nerves. You laughed it off, but looked away too fast. There's something in the way you held that feels more like a question. Like, will he say it? Like, should I say it first? The train came late. We stood close, too close for strangers, too far for lovers. I thought about grabbing your hand, but what if you let go worse? What if you didn't? I almost told you somewhere between a joke and a goodbye, but I let the jacket speak and hoped you'd hear me in the phone. You leaned in to fix the button, said it's about to fall. I wanted to say me too, but laughed instead. We talked about coffee, but we meant time. And you said tomorrow, and I said sure, like it wasn't everything. The train doors open, you stepped in, turned around once but didn't ask. And I almost told you somewhere between a joke and a goodbye, but I let the jacket speak and hoped you'd hear me in the phone. And I almost told you somewhere between a joke and a goodbye, but I let the jacket speak and hoped you'd hear me in the phone. There's half a lemon in the fridge next to milk we never finished. It's soft now, lost its bite, like our talks that dimmed at night. We used to cook with jazz and wine. Now the silence stirs the brine. The pan is cold, the counter bare, and you're not pulling out a chair. The cup you used is stained with tea, still where you left it silently. I never moved it, never dared, like proof that something once was shared. The radio hums a softer tune, as if it knows I miss you soon. But not the fight, not the flame, just the mornings that said your name. Just the mornings that said your name. You love that lemon's bitter edge. It matched your words across the ledge, but now it sags just like my chest from all the almost we confessed. I open doors, they close too fast, like conversations in our past. Each door, each plate, a quiet scene of everything that's been between. Leftover lemon turning brown, still trying not to let it down. I keep it cold, I keep it there, like I still hope you'll climb the stair. I smell the rind, it's not the same. You always said it knew your name, but citrus fades and people do, and I'm still chewing thoughts of you. I try to throw it out, then pause. My fingers freeze, I see the cause. It's not the fruit I'm holding tight, it's us still pulsing in the light. The fridge door sighs and swings in slow, like saying things I'll never show. But maybe rot is just a sign of all the sweetness left behind. Leftover lemon going gray, but still I can't just toss away. You taught me bitter could be bright, then left me with this fridge of night. I reached inside my winter coat, found a crumpled paper note. Not your words, just time and ink, but it made me stop and think. Cafe latte, double shot, two biscotti, what we bought. The date reads April 17, the last time that your laugh was seen. The sugar packs the window seat, you stirred your drink, tapped your feet. We spoke of books, not of plans, like strangers flirting, holding hands. That coat's been hung since we fell out, through all the silence and self-doubt, but still it kept this paper thin, a silent proof of where we've been. I said some things you don't repeat, but now this faded thermal stripe hits harder than your final Skype. I almost tossed it mid to new, but my hand stopped absolute. Cause sometimes ink on cash and date feels warmer than the word to raise. Receipts in my coat, quiet and small, but louder than your final call. A record of what didn't stay, of coffee smiles that slipped away. The scent of espresso still hangs tight, like ghosts who sip and leave at night. You're gone, but still I trace the sum of everything I've not become. No grand goodbye, no last slow kiss, just taxes, time, and what I miss. A simple line, thanks come again, and yet I know we never can. Maybe one day it'll fade, or code and memories be mislaid. But for now, this folded thread still ties me softly to what we said. Receipts in my coat, pressed and thin, not love, just proof of where we've been. If you ever ask what still remains, it's quiet ink that holds the stain. You said your drink, watching the lime spin like a clock. I said something dumb, just to hear you laugh again. We were sitting too close on stools meant for strangers. The bartender said nothing, but I think he knew. You said lime always reminds me of bad choices. I asked, am I one of them? You smile without answering and sip slowly. Outside summer was loud, inside it was just slow music. Your shoulder pressed mine without apology. Every sentence we shared had space between it, big enough enough for truth, but neither of us crossed it. There was line between the lines, something bitter, something sweet. I could have told you everything, but I tasted hesitation instead. For another round, I wanted to ask for a reason, but I stayed in rhythm with your silence. The ice melted slowly, just like our nerve. You finished the drink and left the line. I picked it up like it meant something, like maybe I could still say it without saying it. There was line between the lines, something bitter, something sweet. I could have told you everything, but I tasted hesitation instead. Yeah. You took the window seat, said you like watching clouds move. I nodded like it didn't matter, but moved my bag off your leg. You offered gum, I said I was fine, but took it anyway, just to feel your kindness. We joked about turbulence, you clutched the armrest, I clutched the moment, and neither of us let go. You talked about cities, I watched your lips, the flight wasn't long, but your voice made it slower. Some people board alone and leave a little different. You left your presence somewhere under 35,000 feet. Window seat, crush, soft, sudden, temporary, but real in every glance that didn't ask for more. Window seat, crush, soft, sudden, temporary, but real in every glance that didn't ask for more. We landed like a sigh, your phone buzzed. You didn't check it, I didn't ask who. You helped me grab my bag, said nice flying with you. I smiled like it wasn't a goodbye, but it was. I waited by the carousel just in case you didn't wait, but I still looked. Window seat, crush, soft, sudden, temporary, but real in every glance that didn't ask for more. Window seat, crush, soft, sudden, temporary, but real in every glance that didn't ask for more. Your shadow's leaning closer, my heartbeat's playing poker. The air's thick but it's electric, can you feel it too? The clock is breathing heavy, the moment's ripe and ready. I'm a second from the edge, but I'm stuck in the view. Do I die, or do I stall? Do I say it, risk it all? It's on the tip of my tongue, babe, just hanging there like a song, babe. I wanna spill, I wanna break, I wanna run to you, but it's on the tip of my tongue, babe, and I don't know what to do. Tracing outlines of words I'm scared to outline. Your smile's a riddle and it's messing with my head. The music's skipping beats now, the rooms are spinning showdown. I'm a loaded secret, can't unload what's unsaid. Do I jump or do I freeze? Do I give in, say please? It's on the tip of my tongue, babe, just hanging there like a song, babe. I wanna spill, I wanna break, I wanna run to you, but it's on the tip of my tongue, babe, and I don't know what to do. You replied, haven't, 3 minutes late, and I almost sent the thing I never say. But I think about you, think my thumb hovered like it had a heartbeat. I deleted it twice and wrote the low same instead. There's a line we both won't cross, but keep walking near like kids at a pool, testing if the water still forgives. I almost typed it, not a novel, just the truth, but you're kinda tired tonight. Was code for don't ruin this. I laughed too long, mostly because I wanted to say something real instead. It's strange how close you feel when the screen's still cold. I almost hit send, but hit backspace like it's my reflex. I almost typed it, not a novel, just the truth, but you're kinda tired tonight. Was code for don't ruin this. Saw you there under the cherry tree. Your laugh was the wind, your smile was free. You turned to me like a sunrise kiss, and I thought, could love feel better than this? Oh, the world, it spun so slow. With you, I think I know forever. Catch every drop, no need to explain. Your hand in mine, it fits just right, like a puzzle piece, like day and night. We don't need words, we speak in glances. This rhythm of ours, it's pure romances. Oh, the clock, it ticks so loud, but with you, time's allowed. Forever in a day, that's how I want it. A moment we can hold, let's never quit. Forever in a day, we'll dance in the rain. Catch every drop, no need to explain.
You always look left first, at traffic lights and in bookstores, like you're checking if the world's okay before stepping in your own way. You hum songs without knowing, tap your fingers while you're scrolling, and I swear your coffee order changed me more than my horoscope ever did. I didn't fall fast, I just noticed you slowly, like a lyric that makes more sense after the third listen. You weren't loud, you weren't planned, you just fit like background jazz. Now everything quiet reminds me of you. You don't know you smile right before you argue and win anyway, with that not really mad face. I think love's just remembering the little, noticing before it's gone, saying stay without the word. You weren't loud, you weren't planned, you just fit like background jazz. Now everything quiet reminds me of you. I saw the moon tonight half lit and thought of you, the missing bit. You used to say the crescent shape felt like a promise we could chase. I stared too long, the sky turned cold, the silence speaking what we told. Or didn't, maybe that's the thing. We loved in echoes, not in rings. Your text came late, your touch unsure, but I held on like I was yours. You never lied, but never stayed. I guess the truth between the shade. Now stars just blink and say your name in constellations I can't claim. I walk alone but see you still in glass and puddles, windowsills. The halfway moon still hangs above, like half a truth or half a love. And I still standing in between the might have beens and should have seens. It's not a heartbreak I can prove, more like a song that's missing groove, but plays itself inside my head each night I lie alone in bed. blind in too much bliss. But even shadows sometimes cling when light forgets the weight it brings. Halfway moon, not whole, not gone. The kind of love you ride upon, the kind you wish had stayed a dream instead of splitting at the seams.